Is it possible to get control of anxiety without popping loads of pills, trying different potions, and all of that stuff? Is it possible to get control of anxiety without going somewhere where you have to just talk and talk and talk about all the crap that's happened in your life that you don't really want to talk about? And is it possible to get all this quickly? I'm Chris Harrison, welcome to my channel. If you'd give me a follow, that would be great. I help people overcome burnout, trauma and anxiety related issues drug-free, pain-free, quickly and effectively. Now, how do I achieve this with my clients without the use of drugs and getting them to talk about stuff? Mind reprogramming is basically it. What I do, I reprogram what you have trained your brain or what other people in your life have trained you to do in response to a stressor. Now with anxiety is our superpower, right? Anxiety is what stops us from being killed, stops us from going out the house and walking straight into the road, stops us from patting that nasty looking dog on the head, and just stops us from getting hurt and getting killed. It keeps us alive basically. So that's a brilliant thing to have, and you want that because you wouldn't last very long without it. The problem is, this superpower that we have comes from when we lived in prehistoric times, when we were primitive, when we needed it because we lived with dangerous wild animals and we had to hunt and gather for our own food and survive. Now this day and age we're pretty safe. Food's easy to come by. In fact, some of you may argue it's too easy. We don't have to hunt, we don't have to gather, we don't have to do all those things. We don't even have to build our own shelters, or, especially if you're living in the UK, you're quite safe and free from tribes attacking you, like what we would have had to face in those times. However, we have moved on as a species, positively and negatively, quicker than our brains have evolved. So it's linked, this prehistoric anxiety, this emotion that protects us, to modern day events. So something stressing you out, such as a driving test, job interview, I don't know, whatever it may be, something like that. Or something may have happened as a traumatic event, like a car crash or something, and now you're anxious about getting in a car, or you're anxious about your driving test, you're anxious about, what if I fail, what if I do this, what if I do that? And what your brain's trying to do is protect you. It's trying to protect you from this failure. Because when we lived in tribes, if we were a failure, we'd be outcast. If we was outcast, we'd surely die. But failing your driving test, are your family going to kick you out? Are you going to be cast out into the wild where you have to fend for yourself and lose that protection of a family environment? No. But your brain doesn't know that. So it protects you. And what's the best way to stop you from doing things, or best way to protect you, is to stop you from doing the things you want to do. So it's doing a very good thing, but very badly. I reprogram that. I get you, when you have something that's causing you an anxiety response, keeping you trapped in your house maybe, stopping you from living your life, I reprogram it. So you don't have that. It's toned down. You have just enough anxiety that's a safe level, and you can go off and do it. You might do it and find that was shit, and you'll never do it again. But as I mentioned in other videos, my goal is to give my clients their choice back. If you're scared of going on an aeroplane and you cancelling holiday after holiday, or you're just not going on holiday, you're not seeing the world because of fear, that's bad. If you go on a plane and decide aeroplanes are shit, I don't like this, and then you decide never to go on a plane again, that's different. That's your choice. That's, you've done something, you've decided you don't like it, It's not out of fear. It's your choice. That's fine. And again, it's without drugs. We don't need to change brain chemistry. We don't need to do anything like that. You don't have to tell me much about anything. Because what's causing you anxiety is in your mind. And it's in your mind. I want you to do the work. So if you're wanting help reprogramming your mind to have better and healthier responses to stressors, go on to mindsetsft.com and book in a call with me today. I'm Chris Harrison. Give us a follow, whatever, or subscribe, whatever whatever platform you're watching this on, whatever channel you're watching this on, and have a great day. Take care. Bye bye.